All right, I am with Sion Jones. Cannot tell you how many times I mispronounced this young man's name. I think I called you Sion like 3 or 4 times before I finally was like, oh yeah, it's Sean. But Sean has been truly one of our most successful students in many different ways because I've just seen him grow up so much and face his fears as he's gone through the program, learn a lot about himself. Sean is really truly probably one of the calmest dudes that I think I've ever met in my life. He has one of the most soothing voices, but he's just a great guy that has gone through his own yoga journey. And so tell us about that. Like what got you originally, interested in yoga, and what eventually became your niche?
So I think I started practicing yoga maybe like 10 years ago. And I was kind of looking for something that would, I'm not sure, I was struggling a lot with anxiety and stress, and I was just looking for anything, to be honest, that was going to help me. And I tried yoga, and I found that it was probably the only thing that I found that actually helped to relax me. Nothing else was kind of working for me at all. So I saw that yoga worked, and meditation as well. So I just kind of committed to the practice, really kind of diligently, and just practiced yoga for a long time. And slowly that and meditation brought me out of that anxiety that I was experiencing. So that's my niche now is yoga and meditation for people with anxiety. And yeah, it helped me so much. So yeah.
I love that because, we do find that often the path where we came from, that's often who we like to work with. So if we came from a place of anxiety, or depression or whatever is going on in that person's life, we get them. We understand what they're going through. So it's like making your mess your message. And so tell me about that. How rewarding has that been working with people once you figured out your niche, working with them in that capacity?
It's been amazing. It's been really amazing. Especially, I think when you get like your perfect kind of client and they're on your program and you're working with them, it just feels like it's not really work. It's actually like really pleasurable to work with them.
Yeah.
And it helps you as much as it's helping them, and you enjoy it as much as they're enjoying it. So to have those people in my programs felt really kind of, I'm not sure what the right word is, but just really kind of like just nice, like really enjoyable to do that, and to know that you're doing what you're meant to be doing is really, that's like really feels good as well, to know that you're not bothering with all the the avenues of work that I used to kind of try and follow or try and do. Especially, even with yoga, because before this I was just working my ass off, just teaching so many group classes and running around. And now that I feel like I'm in my element a bit more, it's helped me so much. It's helped me just feel a lot better in myself as much as anything. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, you touched on a really good point that it's not just therapeutic for them, it's therapeutic for us. It's and that's one thing that I always loved about actually teaching this capacity was because it really should be a benefit for the student and the teacher. It's not just, give. You should, get something in return from this. And um, that's the double benefit really of when you work with someone where you used to be, you connect with them, and when the light comes on their eyes and they start to see a way out of that suffering. I mean, to me, that's why we do this, is for those moments. And then of course, once again, it just helps us do the work we love. So it's truly a win-win for the student and the teacher.
definitely. Yeah, and when you see them like waking up and having these realizations and fully understanding what you're teaching and fully understanding what you're saying, it's like it's amazing.
Hmm.
It's the reason. It just makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? It's the reason for doing it. Yeah.
So you created your signature program, which is around yoga for anxiety. How many students have you gone through, either have gone through your program or in your program right now total?
I think 8 altogether at the moment. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really great. So tell me, what has been your greatest challenge in the yoga mastermind, because there's definitely a few that pop up. We always say you have to grow as a person before you're able to grow your business. What has been your greatest challenges, and then what's been your greatest joys?
Greatest challenge is, there's a few things, but I think facing that kind of feeling of not being enough, and fully facing that feeling of being like, am I good enough? Am I good enough to be teaching people this stuff? Am I good enough to create a signature program? Am I good enough to charge this kind of price to people?
Yeah.
And going through that whole stuff about that was really challenging for me, and still is a bit challenging, And I think that came up most in the breakthrough calls. That's where I kind of initially found that tough, found that hard. But yeah, I did enough work on it, and slowly it kind of started to change and to shift.
Yes. Well, and that's why we have the mindset coaches, and in the program, is because we understand mindset is what makes everything possible. The mindset coaches, their niche has always been to help like yoga teachers take their teachings online, and they know what comes up for people. Whether you feel like do you deserve a voice that people needed to hear? Do you deserve to charge that much? The vulnerability that comes up when you start telling your story and you start promoting yourself, there's a lot that comes up for people, but we have to just come back to the point where we're not actually really marketing ourselves. We're marketing a 5,000-year-old practice of liberating the mind, the body, and the spirit. So if we have times where we can't find the faith in ourselves, just put our faith in yoga. I've always said that. So tell me about what has been kind of your wins, your greatest joys about doing the Yoga Mastering coaching program.
Greatest joys, I think a few things, like just being part of the program, actually, and still, even though I graduated quite a long time ago, I still feel I don't feel like I'm out of it even,
Yeah.
Still meeting with loads of people from the program and still feel part of it. So having that kind of group and that collective mindset of abundance and of wealth has been really important, I think. To still feel part of that now, even though I've kind of finished, has been really, really important, I think. So that, and also just working with my perfect clients and finding success in the program as well. That's been like a really big joy. Yeah.
Thank you for talking about the connecting with other yoga teachers, because when it comes to wanting to grow your yoga business, there's not a lot of yoga teachers you can talk to about that, that really understand it, especially to the degree that you've taken it. And so there's something truly therapeutic about connecting with other teachers who have the same real goal as you, is creating a thriving and sustainable yoga teaching business and changing lives. So to come and that this is truly one of the most supportive communities that I've ever been a part of. It's truly a kula of yoga teachers who are there to support one another. And I love the fact that, now that even you're a graduate, we still support you. Even after you graduate, we still want to give you, answer your questions and support you the best way we can. And then you get to continue to grow community with other graduates. So I love that you've been connecting with other graduates and holding each other accountable. It's really been cool to watch. The one last thing is, we see students go out and experience success like you have, but often you attract other opportunities as well. And so, you recently were interviewed by the BBC. Tell us about that. Like how did that come about, and how was that experience?
Yeah, I got interviewed by the radio on BBC, and they got in touch with me. They wanted to have me on the show to talk about meditation and how meditation benefited me. And yeah, went on the show, had like a 10-minute chat with them live on air, which was good. And it was a chance for me to promote my business. They let me give out my Facebook kind of page and stuff.
Wow.
So that was really good. And then I think it was about 2 weeks after, I had someone ring me for a breakthrough session. Then they signed up to my program, and they'd actually heard me on the radio,
Hmm.
So yeah, it brought about quite a few things. I had quite a few messages I had a message from a TV company. They want to do like a meditation thing with me now as well. And I've
Oh, wow.
had another message from this mental health website. They want me to do a video for them.
That's
So
awesome.
quite a few opportunities coming for it. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you start putting yourself out there, and there's not a lot of yoga teachers who just, again, there's a lot that comes up for us when we start basically promoting ourselves to the world. And so when you have the courage to finally do that, but it also, as you know, from our model, we're not just trying to get people to enroll in what we do right off the bat. We actually want to be a teacher first. So, on your webinar, you're giving really, really good content to build the trust with your audience. And all you're doing is giving them an invitation to go one step further. So when you do your radio show or you do a webinar, it's almost like you teaching a group class to the world, or a group meditation to the world. And then all you're doing is giving an invitation to go one step further. So it's all rooted on being a teacher. And, Sean, you really are. I mean, I know why these people are contacting you. You have this voice, man, that's just very, very soothing. But it's amazing to see you transform in the time that you have in the Yoga Mastermind, to know that you came from a place of anxiety to now a place where you're sharing your voice around the world, and you're on the BBC. You've got all these other opportunities, and you deserve it, man. You've really put yourself out there and challenged your comfort zones and grown as a person, and now your business is just following suit. So it's really been a beautiful journey with you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everything that was given in the program as well, and it wouldn't 100% wouldn't be having any success or be having this level of success if it wasn't for the program, and all the support I received. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. Again, just like you said, it's been rewarding for you, for your students, and then rewarding for yourself. It's the same thing here, man. That's the reason we do this. So thank you so much for, again, challenging yourself, and just being a part of the program. It's been fun to watch you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, man.
All right, Sean.